It's Madden NFL 24 on EA Sports. And if it's in the game, it's in the game. It's the Kansas City Chiefs and the Philadelphia Eagles. Coming up next.
Well, you folks at home can see the evidence. Snow and supposedly a few inches yet to fall here at Lincoln Financial Field in Philadelphia. Straight ahead, a rematch from Super Bowl 57, as it'll be the Kansas City Chiefs taking on the Philadelphia Eagles. Welcome again, one and all. Thanks for tuning in. I'm Brandon Gaudin on hand alongside Charles Davis. And yes, the storyline here, the weather. Snow and more of it expected as this game continues. So how will that impact how this one goes?
Can these teams ignore the distraction and the strangeness of playing in a snow game? Because it actually affects the crowd as well. That big roar you get is often muffled when there's a snow game. And the second part, what's the footwear you got on? Does that fit the turf you're playing on? And how will it handle as things get a little bit slick?
Here's the kicker, Jake Elliott, ready to get this one started. And off we go from Lincoln Financial Field. Here's Richie James on the return. And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20. Here's the Chiefs offense for their first possession, and it's Patrick Mahomes at quarterback.
And simply put, for many, he's the gold standard for quarterbacks in today's NFL because of his ability to create, find the open man, use all the different arm angles that he has. He's a complete package, and boy, his team loves to play around him.
And Mahomes going to put it up right away. Eagle pressure, too much this time. Down he goes. That's Shaquille Leonard, the linebacker who got in and dropped him to the turf.
Okay, partner, a couple points of interest right here, all right? Offensively, we see that they came out throwing the football, but maybe more importantly, the blitz that came defensively, they got right after it.
And you were telling me pregame before we came on air, you think this is something we could see a lot.
Yeah, there's no doubt about it because this is a unit that wants to play the game on their terms.
And he'll take this across the 25 before going out of bounds. A good pickup there, 13 yards as they get closer for third down. And they'll look to avoid an early 3 and out here on 3rd and 4. To throw, it's Mahomes. He's got his target. That's complete. And he will have a Chiefs first down, and he was able to get it by plenty. A gain of 8 on 3rd and 3.
And that one was a lot of fun right there because that was the game within the game. 3rd and short, blitz was on. What's the key for the quarterback? Get out of your hands in a hurry. And that was a quick little completion. Got the job done for a first down.
On 1st and 10, here's Mahomes. Pressure comes and down he goes. Kevin Byard, the Middle Tennessee Blue Raider, gets the sack. We were wondering what they would do defensively to disrupt Patrick Mahomes. Sacking him on the first drive, that's a really good way to set a tone.
The last thing you want to do is let him get established in the pocket where he can set his feet and put.
There he goes, right side. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield.
Holding offense.
All right, so they got that one, Charles, against the center.
Still second.
And let's remember how difficult it is for the center because, remember, he's got to snap the ball to put the play in motion. And sometimes you got that big guy on your nose. You got sometimes where he's coming at you at an angle. It's a difficult job for him to snap the ball and then execute it.
In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line. Buried for the sack by big Jalen Carter. And that is the 3rd sack this offensive line has allowed this first quarter.
Yeah, that puts him on pace. Let me do the rudimentary math here. To be sacked 12 times in a game, I know he's not going to go for that. I wonder if it's going to reshape what they decide to do on offense in terms of play calling.
Well, I can tell you what, when he popped up, shaking his head, frustrated right now behind center. Now on 3rd and forever, he'll look to throw. In trouble, and the ball's out. It's in the end zone loose. It's loose, the ball bouncing around, and it's going to go out of the back of the end zone, so that is going to be a safety.
An absolutely dominating series from that pass rush to record the safety. 3 sacks in a row shouldn't be possible against an NFL offensive line, but there they are, dropping him on 3 straight reps, the last of which came in the end zone for 2 points.
After the safety, remember, they also need to give up the football, and here's the free kick. Taken in at the 11. Philly's offense getting ready, and Jalen Hurts ready to lead them. The second-round pick who started his career at Alabama, then finished with an electric senior season at Oklahoma.
Tremendous production in college at 2 different universities, and this is a guy who was a finalist for a Heisman Trophy. Still much more of a runner than a thrower, but has plenty of arm and is capable of making the big throws downfield. And don't underestimate his ability to think the game. Remember, he's the son of a coach.
They'll start on the ground with Swift. And they get him.
I don't know why I keep pressing this square button and keep doing that. I don't know why I keep doing that.
Excellent run. Just sets up wash, rinse, repeat. Another first down.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. First carry for DeAndre Swift. And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. 15 more yards there, and quickly another first down. All right, I got to ask you, with these RPOs, essentially the quarterback has 3 options, right? So what's different from that versus the triple option that we see the service academies run at the college level?
As a general rule, the triple option at the college level, most things are called outside of the quarterback faking it to the runner and then keeping it himself and maybe having a trail back. What I mean is, in the NFL, that option to throw the football all comes about organically. It's a natural deal based on reads. In college, if you're going to throw the football for triple option, you've actually called that play.
His first pass attempt of the game, Charles, and the pass rush was right there to hit him. But no fear, he delivered an accurate ball. Nice catch.
And you never want to see your quarterback getting hit, but it also sends a message to the rest of the team when he's able to take that shot and still deliver downfield. Showing a little toughness, and the team rallies around him. This could really help them on their drive.
On second down, Swift.
Why I keep doing that? I'm not getting it. Why I keep doing it? Don't, you know what? Don't even touch that button, yo.
And that's going to lead to a 3rd and 4 coming up. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. Here's Hurts to throw. And they'll find the open man. That's complete. Touchdown, Philadelphia. A.J. Brown, 37 yards. And they're able to add on to their advantage. But Charles, here in their opening series, they said they had certain plays scripted for certain players. That looked like a well-designed play to get one of their top targets involved.
Yeah, let's face it, Brandon. A player of his talent is a problem for any opponent to defend, and we saw it right there. They tried to deny an open lane to him. He still outplayed the coverage and scored the early touchdown. Good luck trying to figure out how to defend him as this game moves on.
The point after, no gimme in the snow, but it's up and good. And that makes this a 9-point game. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further. Kansas City taking the field for their second drive. They trail now 9-0. The opening safety followed by the touchdown a moment ago. So an early hole to dig out of as the drive starts 1st and 10. Working from the gun, Mahomes. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. It is picked. And he's into the end zone. It's a fumble return and an Eagle touchdown. Second time he's lost a fumble. This one hurts more. It's returned for 6.
He's been under a lot of duress, hasn't he? Pressured, hurried, harassed the whole game.
Well, the offensive line not giving him a lot of help.
Not a lot of help, but the bottom line, he's got to take care of the football.
Elliott on for the extra point. Boy, these may be an adventure this afternoon, but this one is good. So not only the cough up, but then the pickup on the other side, the scoop, and the score the other way, the fumble return for a touchdown. And you can bet they're preaching two hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. Here's the Kansas City offense now as they get set to take over. Still in the first half, but this offense has struggled. Haven't really been able to get anything going, not only in the points category, but in the yards category. We'll see if they can do better here on this drive. Mahomes now on first down. Throw over the middle, caught by the tight end Gray. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards, and it'll be second down. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Dave's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
Mahomes to throw on second down. To Valdez-Scantling over the middle. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. 16 yards on the play as they try to chip away at this 16-point deficit. Yellow. 16-0. That's the score after one on EA Sports. The Chiefs with the football as we start the second quarter, as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Pacheco gets it up the gut. And just 1 yard here from the 49 to the 50.
Oh, there's plenty of traffic waiting for him up the middle. But give him credit, he tried barreling through anyway. They're fortunate to get a yard out of that one.
From midfield, here's Mahomes. And this throw a bit late as he couldn't reach back for it.
Let's face it, if you want to get back into the game, these are the kind of throws you got to hit. It's wide open right there. Got to be able to get it to him, don't you think?
And those are the throws that haven't been available to them every time he's dropped a pass. Yeah, that's a big miss. Now Mahomes working the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he has another first down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 34-yard line. That one good for 16 as the drive continues.
Yeah, these are the types of plays they're going to need to hit on if they're going to get back into this game. It hasn't been the greatest of first halves, but this is a nice throw here on 3rd down, and they keep the drive going.
On 1st and 10, here's Pacheco. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
Throwing now is Mahomes. That's complete. It's Travis Kelce. And Kelsey's going to have a Chiefs first down as he'll get it down inside the 25. It's an 8-yard pickup and leads to a new set of downs. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Shotgun snap to Mahomes. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. 23 yards, the final tally.
Not quite enough to get into the end zone, but what a nice play there. He makes the catch, tries to turn upfield and get to the pylon, but doesn't quite get there. But they're going to be set up with a 1st and goal from very short range.
1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Pacheco is into the end zone. Touchdown, Kansas City. Well, nothing fancy there, Charles. You had 3 tight ends on the field. They were going to run the football. The defense knew it, but the defense couldn't stop them.
And I haven't met an offensive line yet that doesn't get more satisfaction out of running the football into the end zone than pass protecting. They had determination on their side, and they got it done.
Harrison Butker is on for the extra point. It's good, and that cuts it to 9 at 16-7. So a nice drive put together there. They go 75 yards in 9 plays. And it ends with a 1-yard touchdown run. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. So back onto the field, here come the Eagles for their second drive. A lot of time for this unit to game plan on the sideline after that drive that they watched the other side just score. But remember, last time they were out, they scored as well. We'll see if they can seize that momentum right back.
And they have had a lot of time to cool off from reaching the end zone the last time. So have they been able to keep themselves mentally sharp and into this game, even though they haven't been on the field? And you and I both know, one big play that gets them right back up to that level.
A big play there for Philly. 54 yards.
This play is a thing of beauty when it works as designed, because they let the running back slip out of the backfield and head down the sideline on a wheel route. Number one, it's easy for him to get lost. And number two, really tough for the linebacker to run with him. And this ball's right on the money and leads to a big play.
So barely time to catch our breath. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the red zone. Dancing to his left. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. A good pickup there, 21 yards. A little bit of a breakdown there defensively, and the RPO turns into a big chunk play.
And when you think about running offense, the word comes to mind, assignment, right? Because you have to carry those out. But you have to play assignment football defense, too, against a team that runs these RPOs, because everyone has to be in the right place. Who's got the quarterback? Who's got the running back? Who's covering the receivers? This will work quite well on that play.
And they'll try the option on 1st and goal. And he's in. Touchdown, the Eagles. Jalen Hurts keeping it himself from a yard out as his guys are able to extend their lead. And maybe that was just a case of completely overlooking the guy holding the football.
It certainly felt like it, didn't it? Because on my checklist, okay, as a defender,
QB's last.
running back, fullback, heck, jet sweeps nowadays. Before you even get to thinking about the quarterback might actually keep it.
Elliott good with a PAT. And that could be important as that makes this a 16-point lead. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And they're going to mark that where it went out of bounds. So really good starting field position up past the 40-yard line. Well, not one you see often there as he fails to keep it between the sidelines, and that is a penalty every time and going to give this offense better field position.
And it's every kickoff guy's nightmare, isn't it? Because you don't see yourself doing this, and most of the time you don't. It's absolutely a mishit, and now your team pays the price. Bad field position for your defense.
Mahomes hit. He lost the football. Oh, one of the linebackers has got it. And his crew will take over at their own 45-yard line. So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 45. Hurts sets up to throw it. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's 2nd down.
I don't know about you, but I wanted to reach out of the booth and snatch that pass myself. That thing floated forever up there. I think that threw off the timing of the receiver. That's why he couldn't get his feet down even though he caught the ball.
You know, Charles, I would have liked to have seen that.
Yeah, me too.
For you. I wanted to see you reach out and catch that.
Yeah, you've heard about my hands, huh? Zone coverage there, and they were playing deep. That makes it obviously a little bit harder to run by guys. And that time, there was not much of a window to get the ball in there, and it winds up incomplete. On 3rd down, here comes Swift.
I'm not. I'm not getting that. Nah. I don't know what. I don't understand. I'm not understanding that. Why I'm not touching nothing to even throw it back.
Following that turnover, as they'll try to get some points here before halftime. Now after the fumble recovery, it's Mahomes. Open man here. It's the tight end, Kelsey. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. A good pick up there of 20 yards.
I'm not getting that, yo. Wow, I keep throwing. I'm not.
Snow games for championships in the NFL.
I'm pushing the jig button, the juke button. That's what I'm pressing. Why the fuck is he doing that?
Lifetime, I think, is got to be 0-1, right? Raiders, Patriots, to send the Patriots to the Super Bowl. The tuck roll,
didn't you? Yeah, I think that's one people remember. But I also know this in Miami, the infamous.
And in for the Chiefs touchdown. Mahomes hitting his favorite target, Travis Kelsey, on a touchdown pass. And the Chiefs get a late score here in the final minute of the first half.
I think everyone in the league talks about finishing, don't they? Doesn't matter whether it's a quarter, a half, a game, a series, whatever. But they're finishing the first half in fine style, putting that one in the end zone.
They did, and they didn't leave much time on the clock either. Well done. Extra point by Butker is on target, and that trims the lead down to 9. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. The Eagles offense going to take over late in this first half. And with a 2-score lead already, they may just look to get this thing to the locker room. On the ground, it's Swift to start the drive. A strong running. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1. Here's a toss play right to Swift. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. It's an Eagles first down on a gain of 11.
Now that's how you start to get back in the good graces of your head coach. Remember, he fumbled on the last possession. How about the faith they showed him, giving him the ball again, and he repaid him, picking up a first down.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts. He's going deep for Brown. That's going to be...
You're kidding me. You're really killing me.
So they're trying to make every possession count. They took the big shot there, but it winds up incomplete.
They run out of the gun with Swift. And a good run here as he'll rumble all the way down to the 40-yard line. So we come upon halftime with 9 points separating these two teams. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. Back to you guys in a bit. But first, we welcome everyone to our EA Sports Halftime Report. The Eagles were led in the first half by their dynamic quarterback, Jalen Hurts. He had a touchdown both in the air and on the ground to help push his guys into the lead at the break. You'd have to imagine, given the snowy condition, lots to talk about at halftime for these two coaching staffs. Plenty of decisions to be made for this second half for sure. And for the call, we hand it back over to Brandon Gaudin.
On the return, Boston Scott. The lane opens here. He's past the 30.
Give me that. You better not fucking throw that shit backwards.
And they are not going to catch him. He's in. Touchdown, Eagles.
It's all about taking words and bringing them to life at halftime. I will guarantee you in their locker room, they talk about pressing the kicking game because because you can get an advantage if you do it right, and they just did.
Eagles offense staying out there. Of course, Hurts always a threat to run. They'll go for 2.
Yo, why my field goal not popping up? I'm not understanding that.
They'll try to run with Swift. And he will get into the end zone to bump the lead up to 3 scores. So they kept it on the ground, got it into the end zone. Charles, sometimes you probably see teams treat a 2-point conversion differently than if it was first and goal from the 2, or I should say third and goal from the 2.
I agree with you totally on that. A lot of teams treat it as if they have farther to go and shy away from running the football. I think this is a great spot to do it because most teams play you for the pass. Go ahead and run it, let your linemen surge, and fire out.
So let's try this again. After the kick return TD, here's yet another kickoff. This taken in at the goal line. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. So here's the Chiefs offense ready for their first reps in half number 2. Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 at their own 17-yard line. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. This one to the right, caught by Valdez-Scantling. So the completion good for 7 there. And that's going to bring up 2nd down.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3 at the 24-yard line.
Now here's Mahomes. Buying time to his left. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1.
The plan was clearly to challenge them by sending a blitz on 2nd down, but even the extra guys couldn't catch him in the backfield, though. He didn't scramble for it first, but he does get the last laugh by evading the blitz and getting beyond the line of scrimmage.
This defense not budging. Back-to-back carries of just 2 yards.
If these guys are going to chop into that deficit, they got to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage would be found.
Here's the Chiefs punter now. And surprisingly, this is the first punt of the game for either team. This is brought in at the 21. And running with power here. A good return there, 17 yards. And the Eagles will have it taking over 1st and 10. Now Philadelphia ready to get going on offense again. The Eagles in good position to start out as they come up 1st and 10 at their 38. They'll start this drive out on the ground. Taking it right down Broadway. Down the left sideline. DeAndre Swift. Touchdown. Philadelphia. DeAndre Swift. 62 yards. And the Eagles are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
I know I should keep the focus and the spotlight on the hero that just scored, but tackling's been an issue for this defense all game long. I can't set that aside. We just saw it again here. Missed tackles leads to his long touchdown run.
Now, hold up. Let me see if I can put my field goal on. That's what I want. I don't want to do no play. I want to do a fit. There you go.
Elliott now to add the extra point. And the lead is now 24. I'm not sure if they drew that play up to score, but it scored indeed. One play on the ground and into the end zone for 6. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. Now the Chiefs offense, they get ready to head on the field. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
This drive starting off on the right foot, 18 yards. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Now Mahomes.
Okay.
They'll check this one.
Okay. I just seen that. I seen what happened.
And now they're dealing with a 2nd and long.
I really like the angles of the
I'm on here. I'm trying to learn these plays and these controls. That's what I'm doing. I'm trying to learn them.
Yeah, they use your boy over there, the 12th man, Sammy sideline, right?
Oh, there it go. Something there. Get up.
And he is going to get this one back to the 20-yard line.
Brandon, that's the 3rd time he's fumbled so far in this game. And, you know, you can make excuses for each and every one of them. But the bottom line is he's got to take care of it better. And now that he's shown a propensity for fumbling it, just think about what the defenders are trying to do.
Yeah, well, guys hate 1 fumble, 2's, oh, my goodness, 3 or more. Wow.
Just doesn't make any sense, does it?
Here's the Philadelphia offensive unit now as they head out to take over possession. They've got the ball in a great spot here, already inside the red zone following that fumble recovery. They'll start by running the option to the right. Give him 3 on the keeper there, and it is 2nd down.
Really held him to a short gain on that one, and it almost felt like on that first run, they were trying to just throw the jab at him. So how do you stop a jab? Get closer and smother it, just as they did on that last play.
And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. Hurts dangerous when he runs that football. He's got a 1st. Got exactly what they wanted there out of the RPO and had the defense out of position.
One word for you there. Excellent. Because he read all the keys properly, made the right decision, and look at the result. Pretty substantial gain.
Here's Swift. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. Only a yard that time, 2nd and goal.
Not a whole lot there on 1st and goal, and that's what you're looking for defensively. You'll certainly live with giving up just a yard or 2 in this situation.
2nd down, here's Hurts. And that is caught, but the back judge right there to say incomplete.
You got to be precise with your throws, especially in this situation. You're inside the 10-yard line going into the end zone. But sometimes the emotion, the excitement, sometimes the decisions just aren't made very well because of that.
They will run it with Swift here. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. DeAndre Swift with now his 2nd touchdown of this 3rd quarter. And the Eagles get another 3rd quarter touchdown to add on to that lead.
Well, this offensive line has really stepped up to the challenge here because those Mastodons, they've been sensational clearing holes all game long. And this is great work down here near the goal line to give their back the space he needs to work his way into the end zone.
Elliott good on the extra point, and the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And he'll get it up just past the 20 as his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line. And now here comes Kansas City. Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here, maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that, because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league that we talk about every game being a one-score game as we go into it, watching this blowout, let's just say it's been...
Mahomes hit. He lost the football. Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side has got it. And great field position coming up in the red zone at the 17-yard line. And a defensive-minded coach loves to turn up the heat, turns it up there, it pays off.
And back in the good old days, those defensive-minded coaches just talked about intimidating teams, using force, right, beating them to the punch. In this case, they're talking about creating turnovers. That's all they preach. All game long, all practice long, every meeting, get the football. That's what they want.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. A little jet sweep to start the drive. Oh, and this one may need to go back to the drawing board. He's going to be swallowed up right away. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him, so when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the 3rd quarter has come to a close. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. And welcome back. We are in the city of brotherly love, Philadelphia. 2nd down and 4. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the 4th quarter. A very one-sided affair. And he'll be dropped at about the 11 after only a yard.
A big part of a middle linebacker's job is being able to take on blocks and then go make plays. But the best ones, they have those big guys in front of them playing defensive line that hold blockers off of them and allow them to flow sideline to sideline and make the big hits.
And they'll go jet sweep to try to pick it up. And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. A.J. Brown with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Eagles continue to pour it on here in the 4th. So that, Charles, his 2nd touchdown of the ball game. He had the more standard receiving touchdown earlier. This time he finds the end zone in the run game.
Yeah, it's almost as if he said, well, that's how I normally do it. That's almost boring. Give me another opportunity. This time I'll use my legs only and get into the end zone.
Elliott good with a PAT. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And we see James. He will not return it, and they'll bring it out to the 25. The Chiefs offense now making their way back onto the field. Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
On 2nd down, here's Mahomes. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. An 11-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Chiefs 1st down. Now, 4th quarter, certainly not enough time for a comeback, but nice to see them making use of the time remaining to try and make this one a little more respectable.
Yeah, I think the ultimate goal, good execution, be crisp, be sharp, and find a way to put some points on the board to make this thing look just a little bit better.
That one unable to develop, never got going. A loss of a couple, and it's second down. It looked like the defense, they were ready for that one.
Really left him almost no room to work after catching the ball. He could throw every move in the book at him. They were there, and they tackle him for a loss.
Here's Mahomes to throw. Throw left side, completion to Rice. That'll give him 8 that time, and it's 3rd and 4 now.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was...
Mahomes hit. He lost the football. And it's picked up by the Eagles. And they'll start out with great field position at the 47-yard line in enemy territory.
And with that kind of a deficit, you can't afford to make any kind of mistakes. But it's been pretty symptomatic of what we've seen all game with them, isn't it? Down this big in the fourth quarter.
You'd say an afternoon to forget, absolutely. Well, let's shine the spotlight on the former Georgia Bulldog, DeAndre Swift, who's set to begin this next drive. And really a lot of guys you could highlight on this offense with how well they've played, but he's one of them. He's been spectacular so far.
I'd say he'd be the number one, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
Because it's not just the numbers. It's, as you said, I think you said focal point. Well, that's what he's been, and that means he's created other opportunities because they've had to bring the defense to him. He's run it really well. He's caught it out of the backfield. They're trying to stop him. That means there are chances for the rest of the guys to do damage.
Well, he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. Touchdown, Philadelphia. DeAndre Swift, 47 yards. And the Eagles are able to capitalize on the forced fumble by turning it into 6 points.
Bottom line, when you play a runner with these talents, you've got to be able to wrap up and get him on the ground. Or the first person who gets there, hold him up long enough for the next wave to get there and get him down. Otherwise, he will continue downfield and find pay dirt.
Elliott on for the extra point. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. So they hit pay dirt on just one play. The long run, the scamper, and a very nice scamper into the end zone for the touchdown. From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. And Kansas City's offense now set and ready to go. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily what you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. 16 yards right off the bat and a first down. Well, a touchdown here on this drive, it wouldn't really put much of a dent in the score, the deficit right now, but as you mentioned in the past, CD, their coach is probably just hoping to see something executed correctly on this drive before we close out the ball game.
Yeah, and I think that every guy who's on the field has to feel exactly the same way, because if not, they might be looking for replacements. Treat every drive as if it's your last and make it a successful one in some small way.
Now Mahomes throwing on second down. Open man, it's the tight end Kelsey. Mahomes finding his tight end Kelsey for a big one. 55 yards.
Oh, big-time credit. What a play design there. They wanted to get him loose in the open field, and they succeeded. He had all sorts of room to operate in, and they finally track him down inside the 5-yard line.
So the Chiefs in possession of the ball as we welcome you back. So 3 plays already first and goal, and they are wasting little time. Mahomes now to throw. Open man right side is Tony. And somewhat of a measure of revenge as he's in for the touchdown, but they still trail big time.
He'll take it, but he won't be able to smile about it.
The touchdown all set up by the big play one snap before, but they finish it off here with a shorter completion, this time for the score.
I like how they stuck with what got them there, right? The big pass play. Got the momentum going, right? You create it with a play like that, and you come right back with another pass play to finalize things off.
Extra point by Butker is on target as they make the score just a slight bit more respectable here in the final quarter of play. Now a crease here as he's past the 30. Philadelphia getting set to take the field. Well, they don't really need the points here, Charles, given what we're looking at on the scoreboard, but they've scored on 3 consecutive possessions, 3 consecutive drives, and I'm sure that they would like to keep that streak going here and continuing to pour it on.
And things have gotten that way in the NFL, haven't they, partner? Because in the old days, people would have, they'd get off the gas a little bit, right? But now, people continue to accelerate. But we'll see what they decide to do as they come out for this one. But the way that this game has gone, they've got to be awfully happy with their execution overall.
They tried to go with a little play action there, but nobody on the defensive side bit.
Yeah, they adjusted in time and in a big way and ultimately got the sack. On offense, sometimes you're running play action just to set up a certain blocking technique. In this case, none of it worked.
Here's a handoff to Swift running left. Broke a tackle, but not much room there. Just up past the 25, no further. Call it a 3-yard gain, but they'll be forced into a 3rd and 15 coming up.
Well, praise has to go to the guys on the offensive line because they've had a very nice, productive day running the football. How about that poor defensive line? They've been knocked around the entire game. And
I wanted to pass and see I'm messing up bad.
Continue to do so because they haven't had much success throughout this ball game.
I'm messing up bad.
On the keeper, but still 4th down.
Oh man,
I'm going for it. Come on.
Big way into the secondary. Read option, quarterback kept it, and while he didn't get a first down, he did get a nice chunk of yardage. Only a nice tackle prevented it from maybe going all the way.
And how about this, a fake? And this is incomplete. A huge gamble, and it does not pay off. They fake the punt. It doesn't work out, and the Chiefs will have the football back in excellent field position. I'll tell you, far from ideal conditions to play in, but neither offense has had much trouble. Plenty of points to go around. 1st and 10. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete. To give you an idea of how accurate he's been throwing the football, we're in the second half. That's just his 2nd incompletion.
Well, if he's that locked in, that means everyone's locked in because to me it's like throwing a no-hitter in baseball. The pitcher makes...
Pressure comes and down he goes. The Eagles get there for the sack.
It's over. Let's go.
The Bucs is a 7-yard loss on the sack, and it's 3rd down. And as this defense walks off the field, they can do so with their heads held high. What a performance by the offense, too. I mean, really, Charles, just complete domination on both sides of the football here in this one.
It certainly was, and I think both sides compete against each other all the time. You go to each other in practice, obviously your training camps, your off-season.